the creator. However, what you can say, there's more of a probability that there is a creator. How can we come to that conclusion? The universe in itself. If you think about the universe and the fact we exist, something beyond the universe surely would have created it.
I know, it doesn't make any sense.
Otherwise, does it?
But then the rest of the universe doesn't make any sense either. It's mind-boggling.
But what we can say it was that it came into existence, meaning some 13.8 billion years ago, as far as science tells us, there was a point there where there was no universe, and then it came into, So what we then, it's an excellent point you just said, there was nothing. So the question then boggles the mind, how can something come from nothing? Because nothing by definition is the absence of everything and anything. So hence, it's just too much of a fallacy to assume that something can come from nothing. So what we then say, something created the universe. Something beyond the universe. Something which is not within the confines of the universe. He's created everything. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But you might ask, well, who created God? Then what we'll say to that is, if we go on forever, like infinite chain of events they call it, who created that God to create that God who created, we would never then come into the present. There wouldn't be a present because we can't traverse infinity.
Yeah.
So there must have been a starting point. And that goes in, so that is a creator. So what we say is that creator in the Islamic paradigm, the creator is unlike his creation. So he's not a man, he's not a woman, he's not an idol, he's not a statue, totally unlike his creation. Number one, which fits very well into the understanding of something beyond the universe. Because as me and you speak now, what we got between us? We got time, matter, space, energy. If I put my hand out that way, these are all faculties of that. But there's a point when there wasn't all this. So as you said, the mind boggles. However, what we can say, the universe came into existence, something must have created it, and hence it must have required a conscious will. Simple.
Who knows? Honestly, don't know.
But what we can dismiss for sure is something from nothing.
Yeah.
Because nothing, as I've explained, is a definition by definitive terms, is the absence of everything and anything. So what we're only left with is something, some sort of supernatural event occurred 13.8 billion years ago. But how can it have occurred from nothing? So therefore, what we say that there's a creator, a God, if you want to call it.
Yeah.
And that creator is unlike his universe. It is independent of the universe.
Yeah.
The universe is contingent, meaning it relies on other things, parts. But this being has to be, by definition, out of that realm of contingent things, and it has to be independent by necessity.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I came from a Roman Catholic family, so it's very similar
Yes.
situation.
Yeah, exactly. So, but where we believe other faiths somehow get muddled up is by associating partners with God. So you look at Christianity or Catholicism, they make Christ to be akin to God, when a man makes no such claim. If you read the New Testament, for example, Christ explicitly refers to God as the only true God.
Yeah.
John 17:3, where he says, "For this is eternal life, that they may know you as the only true God, and the messenger is who I am, who has been sent." So definitively, even he exclaims that he's a messenger.
Yeah.
These were later developments in Christian history where they made him to be God.
I know,
Precisely.
It doesn't make any sense, I know.
Okay, but Islam makes sense.
Yeah.
In the Islamic narrative, God sends messengers, of which you can see Abraham, Moses, Jesus, Muhammad. They were all sent with the notion of bringing their communities back to worshipping God and God alone. The Bible itself testifies that God is not a man. It says it in Hosea 11:9 and Numbers 23. So what we're observing is God is. I don't want to keep you any further. If you need to go, please. So in essence, this is what we invite people to, and something for you to read and reflect upon. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Good day.
And you.
See you
Good
later.
day. Bye bye.